What's up, everybody? Hope everyone is doing well right now in these tough circumstances, and hopefully soon we can go back to just doing little things like getting a haircut, going to our 9 to 5 jobs, playing pickup basketball, lifting weights, or just watching college football, something we all enjoy, watching the University of Miami take on Temple September 5th. Even the spring game, I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. So just little things like that, man, really will bring us all back together. So hopefully we can enjoy those things together shortly. Now, I wanted to get into Kane's Insight article on Rob Likens. He is the wide receivers coach down at Miami. Came from Arizona State. He was there the past 3 seasons. 2 of those seasons he was the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. He has a very good resume. Was also at Cal Berkeley as well as quarterbacks coach. So he does have a lot of experience. Coach Likens had some very controversial comments, I feel like, regarding recruiting at the wide receiver position. I'd love to know what you guys think about his comments. He has offered right now tons of West Coast prospects due to his strong ties in Arizona and California. He stated that there's a ton of talent in the West Coast that want to play in a different setting, in a different environment, and he truly believes he can find a diamond in the rough in the West Coast to come down and play at Miami. So I thought that was very interesting. I know a lot of people want to see this staff really lock down South Florida and the state of Florida as well. I remember stating that there's a lot of great talent in Louisiana, and people said, hey, we don't need to recruit in Louisiana. We just need to focus in South Florida. Now remember, guys, Al Golden did kind of have that same mentality as Rob Likens, would offer a lot of guys from the Northeast to come down and play at Miami, like Olsen Pierre, David Njoku, for example. Just 2 names off the top of my head. You can throw in Michael Badgley if you want at the kicker position. So very interesting that Rob Likens stated he wants to work the West Coast a lot. Now he has offered some good wide receiver prospects like C.J. Williams out of Mater Dei High School in Southern California, which is a very prestigious high school as well. So it's interesting that he made those comments. I want to hear what you guys think regarding those comments. Love to know. But as we all know, West Coast does have a ton of talent, but so does South Florida. I think it's probably some of the best talent you'll see in the game of college football. Now, regarding the wide receiver core, Rob Likens mentioned that Mike Harley, Mark Pope, Jeremiah Payton, and D. Wiggins are the 4 wide receivers that really did show flashes of players that can basically make an impact in this offense. And those are 4 players that were highly mentioned by the fan base as well, that can improve greatly and make an impact in this offense. So it is kind of interesting to see that the fans will mention these players, and Rob Likens did as well. Those 4 players did show flashes, and I think 2 guys you're going to have playing in the outside are going to be D. Wiggins and Jeremiah Payton. Then you got your guys on the inside like Mark Pope and Mike Harley. Now, 2 freshmen that did play very well first week of spring practice. I know it's a small amount of days, but showed positive signs were Keyshawn Smith and Xavier Restrepo. Coach Likens said that Xavier Restrepo will have a ton of success throughout his career at Miami, so that is something very positive to hear, and I think I would agree. I think Xavier Restrepo, Keyshawn Smith were great grabs, and they weren't the highest rated recruits coming out of high school either, so definitely is something good to hear. But yeah, would love to hear what you guys think about those comments on recruiting West Coast guys. I think South Florida first, then offer in the West Coast. By the way, guys, Stephen Ortiz Jr., defensive back out of Arizona. A lot of people were interested in his recruiting battle. Penn State, Oregon. Mike Rumpf came in the mix late, if that. Wasn't an offer at first at all. I think Miami saw his film sophomore year. Wasn't a take at the moment. Still isn't a take. I don't believe they have offered him, but he is committed to Minnesota. So that's a great grab by PJ Fleck. And Minnesota is one of those programs to look out for, guys. I think they're trending up in the college football world. I think PJ Fleck might have something special building at Minnesota, and I think he's there to stay. I don't think he's going to go anywhere else. I think Florida State went after him, and Minnesota locked him up pretty well. So interesting to see PJ Fleck grab Stephen Ortiz. I thought he was going to go to Oregon. I know there were crystal balls of him going to Penn State as well. So that's all I got today, guys. Hope everyone has a great rest of their week. Always, go Canes.